Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be taking you along for a huge all-day clean and organize with me. We're going to be doing a little bit of laundry. I am doing a huge fridge clean / reorganization. Then we are going to close things out with a living room reset. So if you are in need of some cleaning motivation, please keep watching and don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. Thank you. Starting this video off, I am not making the bed. I am actually going to get these sheets off first thing today and get them into the washing machine. That way they can be washed and dried in time for bed tonight, because my other set of sheets that I alternate with this set is still in use as a tent in our dining room, a tent / fort. I know I said in one of my past videos that I needed to go ahead and take it down and put that room back together because my son played with the fort or the tent for a couple of days and then got over it. So get this, as soon as I mentioned it in a voiceover, that was the same day that my child decided he wanted to play with it again. So it is still up. We are not expecting any visitors. We are not hosting anything here in the near future. So it's really not in the way. So if he wants to keep it up, we will keep it up. So it was just super important to get these in and out of the washer and dryer that day. There was a little bit of this detergent left and then a little bit of the 7th generation clear one that we use. So I just used both of those so I can use those up and toss the bottles. And of course, some Downy scent beads. Then I decided to throw my son's sheets in here as well. And here we are going to get right into this fridge clean out / organization / rearrangement. This is the before, your usual fridge layout, very simple. Not that anything I'm going to do is going to be extraordinary. Everything just kind of thrown in, and I do think it was a good thing I did it right after Mike had meal prepped. That way I have those containers there to take up space and see where they can fit since we meal prep every week. So storage for that is definitely needed. For years, I have been over the whole buying organization containers, unless I really think they will make a significant difference in my life, because that's what organization is about, right? It's to make life more simple, more efficient. And this definitely helps when you have a household to run and a family to manage. Back when it was all the craze to me, I don't know if it is anymore. That's why I say to me. It may be all the craze to someone else out there right now. It was just one of those things that would get me. You'd see these nice videos of people restocking their fridge and they've got all these nice organizational items, which are really nice. And I love watching those. But some are just not practical to me and would not fit to our household specifically. I would literally go out and search for items and buy them, and then it would organize the space a little, but then the containers were kind of taking up more space. I don't know if that makes sense or not. And it was weird. So now I think long and hard before just going out and buying something just because I saw that it helped someone else out. So we are just going to do a good rearrangement and reorganize in here, I guess I should say. I'm going to get everything out first, and then we're going to give these shelves a good wipe down. So some stuff ended up getting tossed out. I should have shown y'all what was getting tossed because, of course, I had everything separated from what was going to stay and what was going to get tossed. And let me tell you, I will say the new way I have placed the shelving in here, it kind of minimized the space in here, which at first thought was not what I wanted to do. I don't think I wanted more space. I guess I just wanted it to be more organized. And the new way I have it does not leave too much space for old food and stuff that needs to get tossed, which is a good thing because it keeps me on my toes. And lately I have found myself taking not even a full 5 minutes to go through the fridge, if not every day, then every other day. Just taking out old stuff and making more space. The old way I had it kind of kept old stuff hidden and did not have me doing this, and always kind of created more work because then the more stuff that was hidden, obviously there were more items that needed to be tossed and more food containers that needed to be emptied and then washed out, creating more dishes to wash. I am going to use this Clorox Scentiva spray and a microfiber cloth just to wipe down and disinfect the shelves in here. You never know what germs could be lurking. And I will say I had to use multiple microfiber cloths this day because they kept getting so drenched. I don't know if it was because the cleaner or the fogginess on the shelves. I don't know. But I went through a lot because whenever I needed a cloth that wasn't too wet, I kept having to grab another one. And I will say that's one thing about cleaning. I want to say for me lately, I've been having to do a load of towels whenever I'm done because I've gone through about half of them. And of course, I need them back in stock in the basket or the kitchen drawer just for our regular use. So if I have time, I always end up having to do a load of towels whenever I'm done cleaning. The shelves weren't too bad in here. I mean, you saw the little bit of crumbs in there, but I mean, I would say that that's minimal because I did just clean the fridge, I don't know, maybe about a month ago. And it wasn't really a deep clean. It was kind of like this. I just took everything out, wiped down the shelves. So it hasn't been that long since the last clean, but still with this whole reorganization, I just wanted everything to be nice and clean before putting everything back in. Here we go. I am about to move these shelves for the first time since we've bought this fridge. I want to say we bought it in 2021 or 2022. I don't even think I've taken these shelves out to clean them. I remember I would do that a lot with our last fridge, and honestly, that fridge is an older fridge, so they were probably easier to just take out, wash them, and throw them back in. These were a little bit hard to snap back in, but we got them back in. But I want to say I've only wiped them down while they are still just here in the fridge. And my thought process behind the shelf setup was, since we do meal prep and don't plan on stopping anytime soon, I am literally just moving the shelf down one notch and going to put all of our meal prep on the bottom shelf. The fit for the meal prep containers was a little bit wonky, but it does fit 8 meals. And then there is a weird size space left all the way to the right. But I have found it is a good spot for some dip and cottage cheese we had. So containers that size, but it is actually kind of perfect. I think the beverages will do good here on this top shelf. That's the way we've always done it. And honestly, it doesn't make sense to put it on the middle shelf. I kind of want the middle shelf open for other things and some tall items that can't fit in the door. That was one of the reasons I decided to do this too, because we always have some bigger bottles of lemonade or milk that don't fit at the same time as other big bottles in the door. And then we have to put them in the garage fridge, which is good. And that's what it's there for. It's there for overstock, but the garage isn't right here. So it's just not that convenient when you're wanting your milk right now. I know, first world problems. While I was doing this, I did think about just making the fridge in the garage our beverage fridge, but like I said, the garage is not in a convenient spot near the kitchen, so it just wouldn't make sense to me. I did tell Mike it would be nice to have a small beverage fridge that we can put in the dining room, since that is a convenient spot to the kitchen and where we eat. But of course, it is definitely not a necessity. So maybe one day when we have an extra couple $100s to put aside for that, because in turn, it would free up space in the fridge, but then maybe that'll make the fridge look empty. I don't know. And when I did throw the idea at Mike about putting all the beverages in the garage, he kind of wasn't opposed to it. He was just kind of like, yeah, like a lot of people do that. That's fine. And he didn't really see my issue with it not being so close to the kitchen. So far, so good, but let me tell y'all something. I forgot about the eggs. And of course, the eggs have their whole acrylic container that is just so unnecessary, but I bought it, so I'll continue to use it. So I quickly had to make room for those, but I completely forgot about them. I think it's because they were on the counter as opposed to the table where I had everything else, but it was okay. I was able to rearrange some stuff and got it to fit. And we finally finished all those leftover sodas from Easter. They were on sale back then, I think for the holiday, and they were $5 each for a 12 pack. So I had bought 6 packs just to be safe since we were hosting. And I want to say we had maybe 4 or 5 packs left over. I even ended up giving some away to my mom and my brother, and we still had a lot. But when we finally finished those, we do still like a nice carbonated drink. So we buy those sparkling waters that are sweetened, because I cannot do plain sparkling water, even if it's flavored. I guess it's more than just the carbonation that we want then, since I need it sweetened. But that's what those pink and green cans were on the top shelf. We got lime and strawberry, and they literally taste like Sprite and strawberry soda. They're usually $4.50 per 12 pack, but I like to save me $1 and buy them when they are 2 for $8. Speaking of drinks, I do love the cotton candy Alani. I don't like cotton candy like that, and I did not think that I would like that flavor, but oh my God, it is so good, and I could not wait for it to come back for the summer. And if you've watched any of my past videos, you've heard that I'm trying to limit my Alani intake to like 2 or 3 per week, because there was one week that I had drank one for 3 days in a row, and then that fourth day I just felt so weird, and I didn't do anything different with my diet, no nothing. So I just chalked it up to the Alani. So when I do drink it, I do have to space it out. I make sure not to drink them, one day after the other, because I do just like the flavor of it. But Walmart has this Water Talk pack of like flavorings. It comes with like a unicorn flavor, a peach ring flavor, a cotton candy flavor, and a mermaid flavor. And they are so good. So what I've been doing on those days that I can't do the Alani is I'll do the cotton candy flavor. Like, you just pour them in a bottle of water, shake it up, and I'll pour some in a cup, and then I'll top it off with some of that sweetened lime sparkling water. And it is so good. It tastes just like the Alani, but of course without the caffeine and then whatever other crap they put in there. So that's what gets me through the days that I am not able to drink the cotton candy Alani. I tried to wipe out all the crumbs that were in this drawer just with the microfiber cloth, but that was not working. I did have to get the handheld vacuum, and then I used some Clorox spray to clean and give it one last good wipe down before putting everything back in. I actually got these containers at Dollar Tree years ago. I have 3 of them. There is one more in the middle shelf holding the Yakult and some Danimals, I think. They're not the best organization-wise. I have had a hard time utilizing them, but I think I have finally found the perfect use for them in this drawer for the Go-Gurt and the cheese. And we have our Dollar Tree, which is okay, but I found another Dollar Tree just in another direction from our house. And I have seen the difference in stuff that Dollar Tree has as opposed to ours. And the other one has much better stuff. Well, that was the case back then. Not sure if it is anymore. But when the whole organizing craze took over, that's the one that I was going to probably once or twice a week just to see what they had. Because the one near me, I remember, didn't really have too much good stuff in terms of organization. Next up are the bigger drawers. I am going to go through and see what needs to be tossed, then give them a quick wipe down. If I'm feeling extra, which was not today, I like to wash these in the kitchen sink with dish soap and water. But today the Clorox spray will do. The first drawer was not that bad, but oh my God, the second one, the one on the right, had a bunch of old vegetables in it that needed to be tossed. I like to keep celery on hand for tuna or a chicken salad. I like the crunch of it. But the celery I had, I think I used a little bit of it. It had already gone bad. It was very flimsy and bendable, and I do not want to risk eating any bad veggies, so I had to toss them. Next up are the doors. I have not cleaned these in so long, and again, I was not feeling extra today, and I just ended up giving these a wipe down because when I do wash these in the sink, I like to let them air dry, and I think this was in the afternoon. And I just don't like to have too much clutter hanging around at dinner time because I like to use my drying mat on the counter, and that's where these would have gone to air dry. These don't get too dirty. I think that's why I haven't cleaned them in a while, but once again, since I was already in here, I thought I would just go full speed and clean the whole thing. I wish I had time to clean out and organize the freezer this day, but the fridge part took me a good 2 hours to do. I could not believe it. I thought it would only take me an hour, so I definitely went over on that, but it's all good. But I did not want to spend another 2 hours or even another hour on the freezer. I will have to do that another time. Up here, I was able to toss that juice box, and oh my God, that medicine up there was some Tamiflu from a couple years back when I want to say, I know my two kids had got it. I can't remember if I got it or if Mike got it as well. But yeah, it is definitely safe to toss out today because, oh wow, it wasn't 2025. It was probably 2024 or 2023 because I know this last season we did good. Like nobody got the flu. So it was either from 2024 or 2023. I am so glad I was able to do this today because I know I won't have to do it for another few months, hopefully. I don't clean it that often. I don't know, how often should you be cleaning your fridge? Obviously, when I see a mess or a spill, I clean it up as it happens. But as far as just random messes from condiments or food over time, I mean, you saw it, it wasn't too bad. But now I'm just gonna put these shelves back in. Sometimes I feel like they are so delicate and I don't wanna break them because Lord knows how much a replacement would cost. And you can't skimp out on that because you have to get the exact same one that goes to this fridge, because if not, it probably won't fit correctly. So I was trying to be extra careful taking these out and then putting them back in. On to the other door. This door was definitely the worst out of the two and could have definitely benefited from a dish soap and hot water clean, but we were not doing that today. It's not too bad, but it was worse than the other one. I think it is due to this door having the condiments in it. The other door just holds beverages and stuff like that, so it had better be cleaner. Cleaning this fridge out has even helped with the organization of the doors because there were a couple things in here that I had to get rid of. Honestly, I thought most of it was going to be bad and I'd have to toss it out, but no. We've still got some time for some of them, so obviously we kept them, but it did help me reorganize this area, and then the couple of things I did get rid of did free up some space as well. Y'all, did y'all see Clorox has a couple of new scents? Well, it's the first time I've seen them. There is a cherry blossom and a spring garden scent. I just bought this new bottle and it's the scent that I always get. I love it. I wish the store that I had went to had the new scents, but they did not. I am trying to resist buying another bottle because obviously we don't need it, but I just wanted to try a new scent, and the only other scents that the store had was the coconut and then the grapefruit orange or something like that. And I just didn't like it. The coconut was too coconutty. Well, obviously it's coconut, but it smelled more just like food to me. So I was just like, eh. And then the orange one, the grapefruit orange, it was too orangey to me. And then this purple one I always get. So I just decided to stick to what I know. But if the store would have had those other ones, the cherry blossom or the spring garden, I'm thinking I would have liked one of them and I would have bought that one. So yes, I am just resisting the urge. These I did have to spray and I let them sit. I probably set the timer for like 5 minutes because I didn't want it to sit so long that the cleaner dried. And now I am going in and wiping them down. Okay, so earlier I had mentioned that this was in the afternoon, but now I am seeing on the oven the time says 11:56. So that statement is false. I do remember this now. I remember starting at 10:30 a.m. and I was going to give myself an hour until 11:30 a.m. But of course, ended up going over. I thought it was in the afternoon because I think I just did some filming for some future videos in the kitchen in the afternoon. So I think I may have gotten that mixed up with this. My mornings have been crazy lately, and honestly, my schedule changes all the time. I do not have a set schedule for content, even though I've heard that you should, just so you can be more productive and get stuff done. But right now, it's just kind of what I'm feeling that day. But of course, obviously, if there is something that needs to be cleaned, then that will be a filming block. But if I don't have anything that needs to be filmed or cleaned, it is either an editing day or voiceover day. But yeah, my mornings have been kind of busy with those things. So then by the time the afternoon gets here, then I'll do some filming if I have time, because I feel like the afternoons go by fast, and before I know it, it is dinner time. Here is the before, and then here is the after. Like I mentioned earlier, nothing extraordinary. It just desperately needed a rearrange, reorganize, and refresh. Honestly, it feels good to get this done and makes me proud to take care of the things we own. I think I've been that way for a while now. You really just want to take care of the things you own and take pride in the stuff that you have. And again, the arrangement has really been helping me keep the fridge stocked with fresh items and to toss any items that have been in there too long. Next, we are moving into the bedroom. The sheets were done drying, and this light blue sheet is my son's, so I'm gonna get that back on his mattress, then go ahead and make this bed. I am content with these sheets, but I have been itching for a new comforter set. I don't know what is with me and the color purple. I had a nice purple one way back when I had first met Mike. I don't know what happened to it, but it had, the sheets, the comforter, the shams, everything. It was just so girly and so pretty, but I am just itching for a new one. I started looking online this past weekend and saw some really pretty ones. I was actually looking for purple decor for our restroom since the walls in there are like a purplish color. And I don't want to change it. That was put there from the previous owners, and I would just rather lean into it. I don't mind it at all. But with that, some really pretty comforters were popping up online when I was searching for decor that caught my eye. I am spraying the Lilac Sunrise Febreze in here. It smells so good. I think in one of my previous videos I had said that this was lavender, but it is not. It is lilac, and it still smells so good. It came in a pack of 3 or 4 that I bought at Sam's or my grocery store. So I didn't know how it was going to smell, but I am really satisfied with it. And lastly, as promised, we are moving into the living room. We are going to do a quick reset in here. I am going to get these toys picked up, vacuum, and mop. Our living room flexes as a toy room. As you can see, I don't mind it at all. Maybe someday I can get a nice coffee table. I don't know. I have seen those that are cushiony on top and just all the way around, and maybe that might be a good fit for us. We had a toddler and the square shape just scared me, those pointy edges, so it wasn't a priority to get one. Our youngest is getting older now, but we still play a lot in here, so I think any coffee table would just be in the way. But then again, we did play a game of memory on this Lightning McQueen tool bench, so I don't know, maybe a coffee table would work at this point in time. I didn't mind picking up today because we just had such a good weekend just playing. I tried to limit screens as much as I can, but we do still allow our kids to watch TV and have the iPad. But of course, we have seen the effects of it when you are on it too long in ourselves and in our kids. So I always love when we can get some good playtime in without the TV or iPad. And just what a world we are living in now where that is even a thing. was so much to pick up. We did have trouble teaching my youngest to pick up, but lately he has been doing way better and I am so glad for that. But like I said, I just wanted to pick up today, of course, for the content, but then sometimes he just shoves things wherever, which is fine because he's cleaning overall and just picking up, and at least he's putting it up. But I wanted to clean to just put the stuff where it belongs right away. But now I am thinking I'll probably start having him clean up and then I can just go in afterwards and then reorganize or rearrange. But anyways, we do have that extra room upstairs that has more toys in it and some of Mike's fishing stuff, but I don't know. I like to keep an eye on my kids while they play, and we don't have any cameras up there. The thought has crossed our minds. Maybe let's just get a camera. That way we can monitor them while they're in there. And then we're doing whatever we got to do, because the majority of the time I am downstairs when everyone is home, because there's just always something to be done down here, whether it's laundry or something in the kitchen or in my room or even outside. The upstairs just seems so far away when I'm not up there, but if someone else is, I don't know. Is that weird? I know we have survived without cameras before, and there's been 2-story houses before, and kids play upstairs and the parents are downstairs, but I just want to all be together, and having the toys in the living room just helps a little bit with that. And I don't know, it just is what it is right now. Here I am using Fabuloso and water to mop and clean the floors. I know sometimes we dread mopping and cleaning, but one plus to the after is the way everything smells. Everything just smells so good whenever you're done cleaning. The floor was done drying, so I was just gonna go ahead and vacuum the rug in here. I use the lowest setting for the brush to kind of rake the rug while I'm vacuuming. It works a little bit, but I do think I need a carpet rake for this, but honestly, I don't even know if that'll help. The rug is still in good condition, except just in some parts it is flat. It's not really fluffy anymore, but that is to be expected with rugs. Of course, in the high traffic areas, it's a little bit flat, and then there's other areas that are fluffy. So I do rotate it a little bit, but not all the time, just because those fluffy parts, I do want them to stay fluffy, because I feel like if I rotate it, then it's all just gonna go flat. But I don't know, is that what you're supposed to do with rugs? Is that what's supposed to happen? I don't know. We're all learning here. Here is the before and after. If you made it this far, thank you so much for being here and for coming along on this all-day clean with me. I hope this video gave you some motivation and helped in some way, and I hope you have a great day, night, week, weekend, or whenever you're watching this. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I will see you next time.